So I'm going to teach you how to color the buttercream. I have the bowl of buttercream here that is made, and I'm going to make electric green color. So if you do not have the electric green color itself, for that matter, by any shades that is not there in the gel color bottles that you have, then you have to keep mixing up a couple or even more gel colors to get the shade that you want. So I have the leaf green, and then there is the lemon yellow gel colors. Gel colors are pretty much safer to use across all the medium. And then if you're going to go between the oil based or the powder colors and then the gel colors or the water based colors, there are quite a lot available in the market. One thing that you need to keep in mind is if this has fat, which means oil based colors will also go with buttercream. If this doesn't have fat, say for example if it is a whipping cream, and then the oil based color may not be mixed with the whipping cream or the water based frosting that we will be using. So, but gel colors are quite safe, then that goes across all the medium that we will be using. So, to start with, I am going to add leaf green. So, let me just use a few drops of leaf green. First, let me fold that before the addition of yellow, and then let's check what color this takes the buttercream to, and then you will know what the addition of yellow does. So if you want to color the entire batch of the buttercream, then you could add the drops of gel colors into the stand mixer or the bowl of your electric beater itself to color the entire batch into the color. And if you want to make like few number of shades using one batch of buttercream, then once you've made the buttercream, you can just transfer how much ever you need for each of the color into different bowls, and then that you just color into the shade you want. So this is the leaf green shade out of the gel color, that one gel color. So now you have to keep mixing until there is no marble shade. Just go to the bottom of the bowl and then mix. Now I'm just looking at a little brighter tone of the green, so I'm just going to add, let's just say start with just a couple drops of yellow gel food coloring. So turn this into electric, then few more drops. So to just keep it in a lighter tone, we could just stop here, or to just have it a little more darker, we can just add a few more drops of even green and yellow. For piping practice, it's just that I don't want it to be in the normal buttercream's color, the natural color of the buttercream, because a bit of color will be more clear if I'm going to pipe and show to you. Even when you guys are going to make, it will be better if you're going to have any color of choice. Okay, so once you have the color that you need ready, we just don't want to keep this American buttercream open, like I said. So we just fill them into piping bags. So the easiest way that I feel for beginners to fill, either now if you have an experience of handling the piping bags before, then I'm going to show you first how we would do that. And if you are a beginner, then I'm going to use a tall glass here and then show you how it is easier to fill anyway. So the piping bags that I generally use is the use and throw ones. Now if you have access to these, then well and good. Then you can use as many piping bags as you want, depending on as many colors you want to use on the cake. Now if you are in a place where piping bags are quite expensive and you might have to spend like a bomb for each piping bag, then you might have to source reusable piping bags. So you could just use them and wash them and then use it again. So these are disposable ones, because after I use it once, then I just get rid of, remove all the cream and then reuse the cream, and then this piping bag will just be trashed. Okay, so now I'm just going to open up the piping bag, and if you have the experience and if you feel like this is okay, then you just fold the piping bag all around, okay, and then open it up and then hold your fingers into, tuck your fingers into where you folded the piping bag, and here you're just going to start filling in. So when you fill it this way, you just need to use your fingers around to just get the buttercream in. You need to use your fingers to just scrape it into the piping bag. Now if that way is difficult, then you can use a tall glass jar, and this is a measuring jar that I am using, and in this case you are going to scrape it into the jar, the edge of the glass jar, and that way the buttercream just goes inside the jar like you're filling an ice cream cone. So you don't have to add any buttercream or any cream for that matter mess into your hands basically. And once you're done with this, I'm just going to start pushing down the cream from one end, and obviously if you're not going to cut open one edge of the piping bag, then this is not going to go all in. This is going to just be bulgy like that. Okay, so but what at least you know is you have stored the buttercream in a airtight cover, and just twist it here on one end so it doesn't open up and so it is not exposed outside. Okay, so this will be one piping bag, and then again the other one. I'm just going to fill it up like how you could do otherwise without using the tall jar. So just fold them out. So the buttercream that you leave out in the bowl open without wrapping it is going to crust, especially this one which has the icing sugar. So again, just push down the buttercream starting from one edge of the piping bag. Now if you're just going to hold it here and then try to squish it down, the possibility is that there are quite a bit of air bubbles in here and they'll get locked, and as you're going to pipe, then you're going to have bursts of air pockets coming out. So always after filling up your piping bag, just push the cream down from one end of the piping bag and then slowly go on till the other end, and that way you would have had all the bigger air pockets in between coming out. Okay, and then just twist it, and then we have the colored buttercream in the piping bags ready. And in the next lesson I'll show you how to use the colored buttercream, and we'll start with getting introduced to the nozzles and the rest of the other piping practices.